Hi guys, welcome back to another Overthrow Disc Golf video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we've got a new tool. We've got Pocket Radar, if you didn't notice during our cookie review. We've got a nice new graphic that we can throw up, but more importantly, we've got data with this. So we believe in data-driven coaching here, and I'm gonna show you a good way to use your speed to help your golf game. Let's get started. Drop. So back at the office, I already warmed up. I wanted to throw at my stock speed, find out what that was. So here are my stats. Pretty average for like maybe a MA1 plus player, I would say. So you have some frame of reference. I'm not going to try to change those stats today. What I'm really worried about is throwing everything at my near max speed and finding out what it does in my bag. Right, so studies have shown that you don't lose accuracy near max speed. So you might as well throw it and have your stock range somewhere around 85%, right? That's kind of the sweet spot. You can get after it. You don't have to finesse it, but you don't have to jam on it, right? And we're gonna find out how far do each of my discs go so that now we can make informed decisions on that. So say that this fudge goes 250. Say that this fudge goes 250 for me at my stock speed. Well, if the hole is 265, 275, now I've got to decide, do I want to change this in down tempo or do I want to increase my speed a little bit? Or what's the wind doing? Today we have a little bit of a headwind. So if it was 250 and the hole's 265 with this headwind, well, I'm probably going to disc up if I only throw this 250. But if you don't know how far you throw it, you have no idea where to start with your adjustment. You're just firing from the hip, as they would say, America. So let's get started. I'm gonna go through my bag. We're just gonna find out stock range, and we're gonna use Pocket Radar to hold me accountable to stock speed. All right, you got eyes on the pocket. $51. Okay, not surprised. I don't throw my putters fast, so I'm gonna really hold to that 63 when we get to the faster stuff, but I'm out here. I really do need to see like how fast I'm throwing putters, just so I have that info. 55, yeah, feels right. I'm not power gripping, I throw my putters very finesse. Good to know. Good. Ooh, bad throw. Highs are line there. Yeah. All right, so I'm not looking to push my putters in mids. Inside of that office session's done for drives. So it's a little bit different, but I did want to see like how fast I was throwing those. So I'm not holding myself to 63 miles an hour when I throw a putter off the tee. I fan grip them, I do lots of things different, but it's gonna be good to know those relative distances and that my stock speed with the putter mid is somewhere around 55. All right, onto the fairway slides. Now these I am gonna try to keep it that nice stock and see where they go. Yep, that's stock. 62, yeah. It's good, that's a good line. That's a line that I use. A little slower? 63. Oh, okay. All right, soda. This would be a smooth little hyzer flip line. What?
Oh my goodness.
Maybe it's not a soda. Okay, here we go. Smooth driver. That's probably a little faster. Yeah. So that's just a touch over stock, but it wasn't too far off. I could just feel I had a little extra pop on that. Just a little. Okay, flippy boys. Nice little hyzer push. Let it ride. Nice line. Yeah, that's how I would use it. Oh, we can't measure. People can't know how far I throw though. That's good. Probably a little faster. Oh, it's great. I felt good. It didn't feel like 61. I just need to grab one that I didn't throw well. Cherry again, hyzer, a little hyzer flip play. Well, slipped a little, but that's just kind of my mids right now.
Right.
Okay, well, we'll just go guava then, I guess. Be here all day. I just found this super exciting cookie. I thought it was soda the whole time. It's way more exciting now that I know it's a cookie. Soda's a great disc, but if this thing's beefcake cookie, well, it's coming out. Beefcake, I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh. That is very beefcake for a cookie.
Try to measure. Okay, this is cool. All my putters on their various lines are in pretty similar places. Both the fudges are about here. 250 on the dot. 250 on the dot with the putters. So this is about 242, something like that. This I'll generally throw on further lines. Okay, so putters are 250, slight headwind. Good to know. That's an easy number to remember. You should write these down. This kind of confirms what I thought. There's basically no point in me throwing a guava over fudge. I throw them exactly the same way. I've got to learn some power mid-ranges. That's a gap that's lacking. You can find fun stuff out like that too while you throw. Here we go to the fairway drivers. Is that cookies? Please be right at 300. Would be amazing. 340. Huge gap in my game between 250 and 340.
Yeah, I'd say mid-range.
Yeah. Confirming. 370. So I got 340, 370. So what that tells me is I either have to up tempo on my overstable fairways to hit 350, or I need to down tempo on my flippy cookie. Okay, let's see. These were just clean. Oh, that's perfect. 402. That's perfect. Smooth salt is 402. Nice little hyzer line. Same thing with a little flip here. 400. So my drivers on not crazy lines, 400. My flippy boy pops up and rides a little bit. Let's get this. 427. So if I need more than 400 with something that's not going to turn, I've got to up tempo my salt a little bit. Things that turn will, with a little bit of flip, will get to 425 stock speed. So beyond that, have to push the envelope a little bit. In my notes, as well as your notes when you do this, the wind condition, because 400 with a slight headwind is much different than 400 with no wind. So all of these change directionally. Say for example, it's a tailwind, then my salt at 400 is actually probably not the disc. I probably need to go to my flippy cookie at that point to play to the pin. And then that same tailwind, 425, salt becomes viable. Keep notching it up based on the wind. Okay, so this is kind of confirmed what I already knew, that I don't really have something at that 300 foot range at stock speed. So I've got to do something different. I'm too finesse-like. I used to use mid-ranges like they were putters and just like fan grip and finesse them. And I have not yet filled that slot. And you can imagine that between 250 and 340 is probably a pretty important range. I can do that if I have space. Like if I've got room, not a problem, because I just go like this. right? Just something high, spiky, and just stick it where I need to go, right? But you don't always have a corridor to do that. New London, I've got to figure out how to drive with mid-ranges, which is something that I've never really had to practice because I've never thrown far enough to need it. And now that I've added on some distance, added to my stock speed, I've got to figure out what I do in this weird range without going into super finesse mode or just blasting something high where you can only do that when you have space. So that's part of the conclusion here for me. You're gonna come to different conclusions and you're gonna have gaps in different parts of your game based on your stock speed and how you interact with your discs, grips, nose angles, and things like that. So this was good. If you want to get really nerdy about your practice and you're looking for something like Pocket Radar, of course, we would recommend for those being super serious about their game to get something like this. We have a link in the description for you if you're interested in that. And if you are getting one, message us on Instagram for a discount code, 10% off. They don't publicize their discount codes for reasons. So just message us and we'll get you hooked up. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. All the best with practicing. Start dialing in for those tournaments. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.